All good. Well, what I wanted to hear your thoughts on, guys. Bunnings NPC finals on the weekend. Taranaki and Waikato victorious. We'll start up in Inglewood on a sunny Saturday afternoon. Looked like a beautiful day there. Paul, you liked Taranaki last week, and they pulled through for you.
Yeah, did I tip them out? Did I?
Yeah, I think you did. I think you had the 13 plus as your bonus bet, and you had them as your best
did I?
bet,
Gee, that's a nice way to finish the season, isn't it?
Other people on the panel quite liked Otago, but wasn't to be.
I just I thought Taranaki up at home. They'd played well all season. They're unbeaten.
Unbeaten.
They really did play well. I mean, there were a couple of games where it was a close call, but they played premiership teams and knocked them all over. And I just thought they had the base of the squad was as solid as a rock, and they had a few sort of X factor pieces as well, and they were very well coached. You could see it was a very good squad, and they thoroughly deserved to win the championship. And to be fair, they thoroughly deserve to be promoted. Now that's not going to happen, unfortunately. But yeah, Otago put up a good fight, but Taranaki were just too good in the end in all facets, I thought. Otago took the few chances that they got, but yeah, I don't know. Taranaki for mine were just too far ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, they were. You're not wrong. When they sort of started, I think it was in the third or fourth minute when they scored that try. They're throwing the ball around. I thought this could get ugly for Otago, but yeah, kudos to Otago. They got that charge down try, and then they sort of kept in there and had some nice touches. But yeah, it was sort of pushed out a bit too far for them in the end. Tasman Waikato. Tasman started favourites, and it was an absolute grind. But Waikato at home, back at FMG Stadium, at Waikato Stadium, they managed to grind out that win. It was a bit of a funny old game. What did you take from that game, Fisky?
Oh, I loved it. I loved the season, actually. I really enjoyed Bunnings NPC, both divisions. And yeah, if ever a home ground showed its value and its worth, it was Saturday night. I thought, the crowd were going absolutely bananas with the bloody cowbells, and they forced actually Tasman to miss quite a simple penalty, which in the end was probably the difference. So
yeah,
I thought it was a classic tight game in tough conditions. I thought, Waikato really the last 6 weeks of the season you couldn't fault them, and D'Angelo Leilua, the number 10, mate. He's a find. He's come out of Park Rugby in Auckland, and brilliant player. I know he made his test debut this year as well, but goal kicking faultless. I know he missed one, but just generally speaking over the season, couldn't fault him. Hit the lines real hard, back in behind the ruck and off lineouts and whatnot, and just decent ball skills too. So yeah, I was really impressed with him. Liam Coombs Fabling, the winger, I thought he's a great find. I didn't have a bad game all season, and he's lightning. He's got all the class in the world. Actually, both centres do as well, Sullivan and Rampling. So in the end, it was probably just that couple of loose passes from Tasman. I wouldn't say they were the better side, but Waikato was just good enough to take the chances. Good game of footy. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, there's two loose passes, wasn't it? And Sullivan scored from both of them. Yeah, so
he scored from both of them. Shout out to Reece Marshall, come back from Ireland, done really well this year, and I think he was meant to be playing for Highlanders. It hasn't quite worked out next year, so he's still on the look for a club, and you just could see the experience showed in the scrum there. Probably the last 3 weeks that he played, and I thought they finished the season brilliantly. Tasman didn't let themselves down either, though. They were good. It just wasn't to be.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of thought, watching the game, I thought the Tasman sort of, even though it was sort of back and forth, they would look like probably they might take it. But yeah, it was those two loose passes, and then Waikato, just the home crowd, and God, Mitch Hunt will have those cowbells ringing in his ears still, I reckon. Yeah. It's funny the difference going from sort of Aviva Stadium the week before with the All Blacks game where silence for the kicker and then hearing that with the cowbells. It's sort of
I'm totally against all that respect for kickers. Give me a break. It's footy.
It's why you have a home field advantage.
Exactly.
Otherwise, forget about it. But I thought that Sullivan, he's got a little bit of a touch of Will Jordan about him. For some players, being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
If it happens every now and then it just happens. You're just there when it happens. But I get the feeling that the Sullivan guy, he's actually got that skill to actually be in the right place at the right time. And I'm glad to see. I think he's with the Hurricanes, isn't he? I think he's with the Hurricanes.
I think that's right. Yeah, that rings a bell.
So there's certainly a spot for him in the Hurricanes with all the centres leaving Hurricanes territory. The only one that was left is Umaga Jensen, I think. So there's definitely a spot there if he puts his hand up next season, and I think he will, because he gives me the sort of feeling that he's the sort of player who is always the right man in the right place at the right time. So
I don't want to put you on the spot, guys, but is Stephen Perifetta picked up by any Super Rugby sides?
Blues.
Blues, yeah, Taranaki. I thought he was brilliant. I think he was almost Taranaki's best this year. I know we're going back to the other game, but he's an unheralded player. It's a class act, I think. And you kind of see that when you see Sullivan, you just see that class about him. And I was just thinking of Perifetta as well when Paul was talking. So, yeah, class act.